Costco is a massive store with great seasonal deals, and a lot of it looks like it'd be perfect for RVing. Today, we're going to be purchasing some of that gear and reviewing it, seeing if it's worth it. Is it the lowest price, and how does it perform? Can it live up to what people expect from Costco? So let's not waste any time, let's get right into it. So to start off, one of the big things that we really needed was a new grill. So the first one on the list is the NXR 3-burner grill. This is going back to a traditional propane gas grill. As you know, I haven't had the greatest of luck with grills, but hopefully my luck's about to change with this guy. But let me tell you what I like and don't like about this. First off, I like the size. It's not too small, but it's also not too big to store in the RV. Comfortable to cook on for the family and still manageable to be able to store in the RV. But one of my new favorite things for cleaning the grill is this Grill Brush 3000. It does a fantastic job. It's easy. It's not metal bristles that are going to get stuck on there in somebody else's food. This, you have the scraper when you need it, but you wet the pad on the other side, use the heat and the steam to be able to clean the grates. It's pretty simple. But let's get back to the grill. You can obviously see that this barbecue is stainless steel and it's definitely discolored, especially the sides and the lid. The other thing is the propane connection. It's for a larger tank. It's not for those 1-pound cylinders. But I do plan on converting it so I can just run it straight off the propane on the RV. You know, I'll see how that does. So for me, I'm giving this a 4.5 stars because it gives us an upgrade to our cooking surface outside. And at $125, that's a pretty good deal. When Walmart has it for $194 and something equivalent on Amazon is right around that same price. Links will be down in the description to everything that we're talking about today, but there is something that you have to be careful of because the price on Costco isn't always the price at Costco. Here's what I mean. You look at the price of what I paid inside Costco, and then you go to the Costco website and you see that it's $10 more on the Costco website. I was unaware that the price was different on the website than it was in stores. So being careful online when you're making these purchases is pretty important, which brings us to today's sponsor, which is Surfshark. Well, it can help you save money. The main purpose is privacy and security. You want to keep your personal data private. You want to protect your devices and bypass or unlock location restrictions. And I switched to Surfshark years ago because you can get one subscription for your entire household. And when you think about the amount of devices you have for a family of 4, when you have a computer each, a phone each, possibly tablets in the mix, you can really burn through the uses of a VPN, and Surfshark lets you be able to share that amongst everybody in your household. So all of your devices are covered. You don't have to worry about trying to figure out how many devices are actually protected and which ones wouldn't be. And using it is really simple. You just need to hit quick connect and it's going to do everything in the background for you. If you wanted to change locations to be able to unlock other websites and content, you can easily choose a server in the region you're looking for and then be able to unlock that content. Definitely a handy feature. But for me, knowing that Surfshark gives you that protection, that creates that secure encrypted connection between my computer and my phone to the internet, and know that it's encrypting my internet activity. Links are going to be down in the description and in that first comment. So if you want to get a VPN for protection, definitely check out Surfshark down below. And use code AllAboutRVs at checkout to get an extra 4 months. So let's move on to our next item at Costco. Now, next on our list is a Costco chair, and they carry several chairs. They actually do carry our favorite chair that we've been using for a while, and it's the Cascade lightweight chair. For us, they're extremely comfortable. They're small, they're lightweight, so they're easy to take places, and they fit and store in a place that we can usually put 2 chairs where you'd put 1 normal single camping chair. So when I saw the chair at Costco, I noticed they made some changes, but it wasn't until I was opening up the box that I noticed that there's some good and some bad. First off, you can see that it's considerably bigger. So the size and space savings that we had with the other one, we don't have exactly with this. It's still not huge, but it's definitely bigger than the other one. But number 2, I would say that the setup is definitely easier. That said, it's not the easiest or fastest chair to set up, but it does have a few tricks up its sleeve. The overall structure is actually changed. Technically might be a different chair design. On the old one, I would occasionally feel the structure of the chair, and this one I don't. And I would say that this one is more comfortable. And using it, I did notice that it had some extra pockets that if I probably would have read the instructions, I would have known about, but it has 2 pockets, one on each side, and a cup holder. And then I was wondering about the structure down below. I was like, why do they have these extra little pieces of plastic? Again, if I would have read the instructions, that's for if you wanted it to have a low sitting chair. So this could be a beach chair. You take those bottom legs, you flip them up into those plastic holding spots, and then you have a beach chair. So if you're somebody like us that loves going to the beach, and we always carry extra beach chairs for that, this might be our new beach chair because they are extremely comfortable. The negative is it is much more difficult and awkward to put away. For some people, I imagine it's not worth the effort. With that, I think I would give this, again, like a 4.5 stars out of 5. The price is $39.79. Again, more online, and on Amazon, it's $59.99. But let's move on to our next one because it's starting to rain, and I wanted to test out solar lights, which I've already started charging up. So all we have to do is wait for it to get dark to try them out. These I thought would be fun because you could literally use them anywhere that you would like. String them up and you'd have some fun lights to be able to use outside. And it's going to be powered by this solar panel. So this thing's pretty small and it has the battery pack built right into it. You have your on-off switch on the back and a couple other modes. But you can also, it has this plug on the side where you can charge it by USB, which is kind of nice because not every day is going to be sunny. And if you wanted to use it and it wasn't sunny that day, you can still charge it up and use it. And it disconnects from the rest of the line just by unplugging it, so you don't have to bring the whole line of lights inside to be able to charge it. It does have a clamp, so you can clamp it on wherever you wanted to face this towards the sun, and it also has a stake that it can mount on, so you can just put it right on the ground. I've only used it the one night last night, but I do say this feels very plasticky, and I don't know how long it's going to last. Reading some reviews, some people said it lasted 3 nights. Other people said that it was lasting 3 years, so time will tell, but I have a place where I can set this up and test it long term. So if there is a problem, I'll leave it right down there in the comments. The one thing I will say is trying to deal with all this, it's pretty bulky and kind of cumbersome, but the bulbs are plastic. So kind of a plus and a negative there. I think if I was going to use something like this, I like the little string up lights that come on that reel. Extremely compact, battery packed. It's not solared, but you're going to be able to charge it up and use it wherever you want. I actually use that all the time. So for me, for RVing, I would probably give this like a 3-star. They work, they're doing good, but there's just more bulk than I really want to have to deal with. So yeah, 3 stars for me. But they look great and they last all night on a full charge. I should raise it up to 4 stars because it's a good deal at $30. Now, Costco has a lot like generators. They have a bug zapper that can handle up to like a half acre. They have shop towels that are a good deal, microfiber towels, Tommy Bahama umbrellas that work great for the beach. But then I saw this guy, the Tabletop patio heater, and this is a propane version. They had a pellet stove patio heater that was a lot bigger, but since this runs off of propane, actually 2 different sizes, and because it's compact and somewhat small, I thought this might actually work for RVing. So let's open it up and check it out. Check out that rainbow though, that's impressive. Now, at first look, there's a lot to be impressed with on this heater. Number one, it's a great looking heater. I think they did a great job with the overall appearance of it. Number two, the fact that you can use different sizes of propane cylinders on this is fantastic. If you wanted to have a larger tank and let it run for longer, you can connect up the hose and put it to a larger tank. And if you wanted to have it extremely portable, you take one of those 1-pound propane cylinders and it just screws right into the inside. So then you can put it on the tabletop, move it anywhere that you really want to. Number three, the thing looks great when it's lit. I love the kind of exposed flame look that you have on there. You have glass to be able to protect the flame, but I love the look of it. I think it's great. First look, I was going to give it 5 stars, but then I used it. I've actually used it a couple of nights now, and I don't feel all that much heat off of it. That's kind of the main point of it. If you're going for an aesthetic and you wanted to have this thing out there and give a little bit of heat, then sure. But if you're wanting to actually heat an area, have it on a tabletop and sit next to it and actually get warm from it, I don't necessarily see that happening. It's enough to feel that there's warmth on that side, but not enough to get warm from it. And I thought maybe that's because I'm just mainly using a 1-pound cylinder, which lasted me about 2 hours, just over 2 hours, which is a good long while for a 1-pound cylinder. So I hooked it up to a 20-pound cylinder to see if it would put off any more heat. And it did put off a little more heat, but not enough to make that big of a difference. So for me, I'm going to give this 3 stars because number one, it looks cool. I think they did a great job with the aesthetics of it, the flame and all that, but the actual function and enjoyment of the heat from it, I'm not quite feeling it. And couple that with, it is somewhat hard to store in the RV. Yes, it's a smaller heater than your traditional taller ones, but I still have to find a place in the RV to be able to put something this size and shape without tacoing the top of the reflector up here. So I might have given it a little bit higher rating, but I'm looking at it from an RVing perspective. And so the portability of it just kind of knocks it down a little bit more than if you just had it on the patio in the back of a house. So for me, great looking product, but it doesn't really earn a spot on the RV. So let's move on to the next one. This next one is the Columbia Outdoor Blanket. It's a pretty good deal at 20 bucks. You look at other things compared to this and it seems like a fair price. I don't know exactly what I hope to find out with the review. I mean, it's a blanket, but here we go. So it unfolds from its self-contained storage and it blankets the ground for you to use. So I don't know what else to say other than it's a blanket. So yeah, five stars. Let's move on to the next. Okay, this one I'm cheating on because we've already had this one behind the seat of our truck, and it is this Titan collapsible cooler. So the new one has a few other features, like they have cup holders on top and a easy access next to it, but this little guy tucks in behind our seat, like I said, so it's just always there. So if we're out a long ways and we're going to get groceries and we needed to put the cold stuff in so it can last until we get to the RV fridge and put it in there, then this works great. If we're going on a hike and we want to take a lunch with us or the beach or some kind of adventure out there where you want something cold, you don't have to worry about a big ice chest in the RV in order to use. No, this isn't going to keep ice in it forever for days on end, but that's not why we have it on hand. We want to keep something cold in there, we throw an ice pack in there, and we keep the stuff cold. It's decent size with extra storage pouches on there, and the lid has an easy access. You don't have to unzip it every time, you can just reach inside and grab what you need. Since we've had this one for years and used it a lot, I'm going to give this a 5-star. Easy to have on hand and comes in very useful. If you're interested in some of the other gear that we carry that is essential and other things that do make RVing easier, we have lots of videos on a lot of those things. So I think that's going to do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that it helped you out, see what was available at Costco and kind of what my thoughts were on it. So as always, if we don't see you on the road, hopefully we will see you next video. Take care.